guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassandra for those of you who don't know, and today I'm going to take you through step by step and share all my personal tips and tricks on how to create this makeup look that's perfect and suitable for beginners. It's a simple and easy makeup look that will make you feel and look beautiful. I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Let's begin with our base. So if you're somebody who wants lighter coverage, opt for a skin tint. And if you want something more full coverage, lean towards foundation. This one is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. It applies beautifully to the skin. It's very lightweight, leaving you glowy, and it also has SPF 40. Now this is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Probably one of my all-time favorite foundations. It also has skincare in it, and because I'm more of a foundation person, this is what we're gonna go in with today. Now a skin tint or a foundation can be blended out with your fingers or a brush or a beauty blender, whatever you prefer. I'm gonna go in with a brush. It's best to apply on the back of your hand so you're picking up an even amount of product on your brush before you go in. Never rub or swipe, you want to pat it into your skin. This also ensures that you're getting an even layer of foundation all over your face. When applying foundation, I prefer a dense brush. This one is from OG, it's the base brush. Now let's go in with a beauty sponge. Go ahead again and take the product off the back of my hand and just start stamping. Whichever you prefer, brush or sponge, they both work. Lightweight contour bronzer, almost like a gel-like formula, and it is very user-friendly. And where you want to place your contour bronzer, the contours are more in the hollow to give that definition, and the bronzer sits right above. I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3 dots right here. And this is my favorite brush to use. It's the Makeup by Mario F4. And a stamp, not drag. Always blend upwards. Don't want to drag your face down. Already you can see the difference a little bronzer can do. Now remember, a little product goes a long way, but if you use too much, blend, blend, blend. Do the same to the forehead. As if the sun is shining down on you, where is it going to hit first? Your forehead. So that's why we apply the bronzer here, as well as on the cheekbones. Blending this out. One with a liquid blush. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Liquid Blush, so it is drugstore. I love this berry color, especially for fall. We're gonna go right here, higher up on the cheekbone. One little dot, that's all you need. The other side of that Makeup by Mario F4 brush. And again, blending upwards. Don't be scared if you added too much. The first thing that fades is blush. Now that you added a beautiful flush of color, it's time to go in with concealer. I go in with concealer after blush because if you think you added too much, we can correct that with a little bit of concealer. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, one of my all-time faves. You don't want to add too much because a little goes a long way. So just tiny bit in the inner corner. And right here, we want to continue that lift. We placed our bronzer here, blush here. Now we're going to carve that out with the concealer. If you want your concealer to last and be a little more full coverage, you can wait at least 30 seconds to a minute for your concealer to dry down a bit before you start blending. We can blend out our concealer in two ways, using a makeup sponge and using a brush. I'm going to show you both. I'm going to go in with this Kosas Beauty Blender. I think it's the perfect shape to get right into your inner corner, but if you have any beauty blender shape like this, will work just fine. Down the nose and then tap, tap, tap all the way across and up. If you're gonna add eyeshadow, a little tip of mine that I usually do, go over your whole eyelid with the concealer, and that gives you a base for your eyeshadow. After you finish blending out your concealers, to go back in with your blush brush. Don't add any more product, just whatever's remaining, and blend that back in so you have a seamless blend between your concealer and your blush. Now let's go in with the brush. It is the number 71 from the Sephora collection. It's a very affordable brush. It has a slight angle and very flat, so it's perfect for stamping in that concealer. Stamping and bringing it up, never dragging. Using a brush, you need less product because the sponge will soak up more product than a brush will. Let's move on to our brows. Now, if you have fuller brows like myself, maybe just opt for a clear brow gel. If you have thinner, more sparse brows, I'll show you how to fill in your brows to make them look fuller without being blocky. From L'Oreal, it's their 24-hour brow lamination, and all you're gonna do is brush your hairs up and into place. Simple as that. Just like that. Now they're gonna hold all day. If you have more sparse brows and you want a little bit of definition and fullness, use a brow pencil. One is from Kosas, it's their Brow Pop. And what you're gonna do first is start off by brushing your brows into place. Feather in hair-like strokes in any areas that are more sparse. So I have sparse areas right up here. I'm just light-handed going like this to fill in. I like to do the front end, but not too much because you don't want to have those 2016 block eyebrows. Brush afterwards because it sort of blends that product in with your brow hairs. And that's it. Simple as that. It's the most crucial part for any makeup look, and that is setting your cream products with a powder. For the sake of this being a simple and beginner friendly, we're not gonna go in with a loose powder, we're just gonna go in with a pressed powder. This is the Kosas Cloud Set, and you can use this all over your face for that blurred effect. Underneath your eyes, all over your face. I do both. I'm gonna go in with a powder puff or a brush. If you have fine lines under your eyes, make sure no product is setting into those lines before you add the powder, or the powder will set into those lines. Go in with the powder and gently press underneath my eye. So again, tap, 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 tap off excess before you go in and press. Now that we set our under eyes, let's set the rest of our face. Same powder, different brush. If you don't set the rest of your face, you risk having your cream products moving around throughout the day, or it could transfer. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush, tap off excess, and just in swirling motions, tapping motions, applying that all over my face. Now that we set our whole face, it's time to go in with powder products, or you can leave your base like this, move on to eyes and lips and be done. I only go in with powder products to bring back the color that we lost, applying that powder. The bronzer I'm gonna go in with today is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. This is the Patrick Ta dual-ended contour bronzer, cream and powder brush. Tapping lightly into that bronzer, taking off any of that excess right where we applied that contour bronzer in the beginning. You can see it brought a lot of color back into my face and chiseled out my cheekbone. The same thing to the forehead, and dust it onto your nose, jawline. I love this duo palette from Pacifica because it has a blush and it also comes with a highlight. So a 2-for-1, and this also is a drugstore product. So I'm gonna go in with the brush, tapping that and applying it to my cheekbones and up. Very lightly. You can skip this step or you can go in with some highlight. Place your highlight is where it's going to reflect the most from light. So that is right above where we placed our blush. As you can see, she's glowing. You can also add it to the tip of your nose, onto the bridge of your nose, and underneath your eyebrows. All of the high points of your face. To keep the eyes relatively simple, I go in with my bronzer and use that as my eyeshadow. Take a fluffy blending brush into your bronzer, and lightly using windshield wiper motions, like you don't even want to be holding the brush very heavily, sweeping that back and forth into your crease. This might be scary for some beginners, but what you're going to do is add it to your waterline, which is right here, right below your lashes. And this one is from Urban Decay. It's very creamy, so it glides on. You don't need a lot of pressure. It's an easy way to make your lashes appear darker. So drag this out just like this to create a wing. The easiest way to make a wing with a pencil eyeliner, and that looks pretty messy, right? Use your finger, drag it out, and you can go in and add some into your waterline as well. Before we move on to mascara, always remember to curl your lashes. This is a really important step to make sure your lashes stay curled, and investing in a really good eyelash curler will definitely be the difference with how your lashes look. So you're just gonna curl, lift a bit if you want, do not pull, let go before. L'Oreal Telescopic is one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. The wand is very small, but it hits every lash and they lengthen, there's volume, it's so good. This is before, this is after. Our makeup look is almost complete. The last step is our lips. Now, if you want to use a lip liner, you can, but it's not always necessary. If you want to keep it simple, you can just add lip balm, or we can go in with a tinted lip balm. This one's from Rare Beauty and Nearly Neutral. It's going to keep your lips nourished and give you a beautiful tint of color. And there you have it. This is a makeup look perfect for beginners. Hope this step-by-step makeup tutorial was helpful. Be sure to leave a comment with any suggestions on videos you want to see next. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I post. Bye!